Well, hey, all, welcome. Now, every once in a while, there may be an error on your credit report. And by federal law, you, as a consumer, have the right to fix that. Well, I asked Gemini, the AI, to prepare a detailed report for me on how to fix errors on a credit report. And I'm going to share that with you. Now, the one thing I want you to keep in mind is that every once in a while, AI might make a mistake. And if you find a mistake in the video, drop it in the comments section so I can check it out. And the other thing I want to let you know is that the voices that presents this information are AI generated, and let me know what you think about them.
Looking at a credit report, it can feel really overwhelming for a lot of people, almost like trying to read, I don't know, some kind of dense code.
Yeah.
And then you spot an error. It might seem small, maybe just a little thing,
Uh-huh.
but it's often not just a minor typo, is it? These inaccuracies, even subtle ones, they can seriously affect big things like getting a mortgage, maybe renting an apartment, sometimes even landing a job.
Absolutely. It's your financial footprint, really. And errors can smudge that footprint pretty badly.
Exactly. So that's what we're diving into today. We want to take this whole process of fixing credit report errors, which sounds pretty intimidating, frankly,
It can be.
and turn it into something clear. A roadmap, sort of, so you feel empowered. We'll unpack the rights you have, the concrete steps you can actually take to, get control of your financial data.
And the bedrock for all of this is the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA.
Sure, right.
It's this really important federal law. It's all about making sure your credit information is accurate, fair, and kept private. And critically, it sets up a specific timeline for investigations that both the credit bureaus and the companies providing the data have to follow.
That sounds vital. So how has this law, this FCRA, changed over time to really help people, today? What are the key rights it actually gives us?
Well, it's definitely been strengthened over the years. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB, they've played a big role.
Oh, it's the CFPB.
Yeah, they're the federal watchdog for consumer finance. But the most fundamental right from the FCRA is simply the right to access your own information.
Access, meaning you can see your report.
Exactly. You're entitled to a free report every 12 months from each of the big three bureaus. That's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You get those through annualcreditreport.com. But actually, there's been a pretty big change. You can now access them weekly for free, permanently.
Weekly, wow. That's a huge difference from just once a year.
It really is.
What's the strategic edge there? I mean, besides just catching mistakes faster, does checking weekly give you some other advantage?
Oh, it's a game changer. This kind of frequent access really boosts your right to accuracy and correction.
Okay.
So if you find information that's inaccurate or maybe incomplete or just can't be verified, the FCRA says it has to be removed or corrected. And usually that's within about 30 days after you dispute it. And importantly, if something is deleted, it can't just magically reappear later unless the company that provided it verifies it again, and they have to tell you. Which brings up a good point. How do you even spot these errors? They aren't always obvious.
Yeah, exactly. It's not always some huge mistake like your name spelled completely wrong. Sometimes it's more subtle. Things like a mixed file.
Right, where someone else's info gets tangled up with yours.
Yeah, or account status errors like an account you closed years ago still showing is open. Or even small things like the wrong credit limit listed. It means you really have to go through it carefully, line by line.
And all three reports, too, because like we said, an error might pop up on just one or two of them.
Good point. So, okay, let's say you've done that. You've reviewed them, you found an error. What's next? How do you actually dispute it?
Right, the dispute process. This is where it gets, strategic. The most effective way to handle it is what some people call the two-pronged approach.
Two-pronged approach. Okay, intriguing. How does that change things for someone trying to fix an error? What does that mean practically?
It means you don't just complain to one place. You dispute the error with both the credit bureau that's reporting it and the company that actually provided the information in the first place.
Yeah.
The bank, the lender, whoever. They're called the data furnisher.
Ah, okay. So the bureau and the source.
Exactly. Disputing with the credit bureau is like the official step. It kicks off that FCRA investigation timeline we talked about, and it protects your right to potentially sue later if they don't fix it.
Right, the legal requirement.
But often, disputing directly with the furnisher, the original source of the info, can actually get you a faster fix. They usually want to keep customers happy and, make sure their own data is right.
That makes a lot of sense. Hit it from both ends.
Maybe think about this. How could keeping a regular, watchful eye on your credit reports become just a normal part of your financial routine? Proactive, not just reacting when something goes wrong. How might that shift your whole financial strategy?
Hey, congratulations. You made it all the way to the end. I appreciate that. Now, if you want to continue to fatten up your brain with little nuggets of knowledge, I recommend you subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you'll know when I post a new video. Also, you might want to check out the video that's on your screen. Thanks for watching.